Hey guys, this is Farid from Anidia Smart Money. In this video, I'm going to show you a very mechanical way to draw market structure and know in each time frame where is price headed. I want to apologize for glitches in my speaking because I have been out of practice speaking English for quite some time now. I'm not a native speaker, so I'll try my best to perform the best. So market structure is when price prints higher highs and higher lows, or when it prints lower highs and lower lows. Basically, these bottoms and these tops that price prints on the chart is market structure, and it shows where is price headed. When it prints higher highs and higher lows, it means it's trending up, and when it prints lower highs, lower lows, it means it's trending down. So when we determine market structure in each time frame, we can with good precision that where it's headed in that time frame, and we can look for positions in that time frame. When you combine multiple time frames together, it gives a pretty good picture of where price is headed next, and then you can have analysis of the chart and look for setups in every time frame and in whatever method you use for trading. The method I'm using for determining market structure is based on supply and demand method, and I'll use supply and demand concepts to draw market structure in this video and show you how it's done and my mechanical rules which I use to define when swing high and swing low is set and market starts to pull back. I have to give a little bit more explanation on this. Look, when price is trending down and printing lower lows and lower highs, at some point it swings and it turns around and it might do a pullback for a little bit, and then at some point at some times it'll turn back and come and break this swing low to the downside. And in this video I'll show you how to define the swing low and when to define the swing low or a swing high in that matter. So let's get started. For this purpose and this video's sake, I'm going on USD dollar yen to determine the market structure on multiple time frames, and you'll see how. I'm using forex.com chart for this matter. You can go always to other brokers and other data feeds to define market structure. I always use forex.com and I've been using for quite some time now. And another point is I always start from a weekly time frame because it's the highest time frame that I look and check out on weekly basis, and then I use daily 4-hour and 15 minutes charts for my daily analysis and 1 minute for my entries. On weekly time frame, you better start on a historical low. I find it's best to start at a historical low. Please consider that forex.com has data only starting from 2006, and if you want to go and have a better understanding of the price action, especially in higher time frames, you should check out that brokers that have more data feed aging back to the years before, maybe 30 years or 40 years before, and that should give you a clear picture on how is price trending in that time frame. But for this video's sake, I'm starting from what forex.com data feed has, and I'm starting from a historical low on this chart. So let's define our lowest point in this chart, and this is here. I'm going to be using a marker to define the swings for this purpose. Look, after I've decided on my swing low, I'm looking for a supply that has never been taken out, and starting from that supply, price has trended down and rejected every supply it made to reach this point. So I'm going back on this chart, and here I find the supply. Look, here there were supplies. No supply has been taken out. Let's go back. So here is a supply which has made a lower, which has closed below the previous low. Look at this supply, and price has taken out this supply. It has closed above this supply, and from here on, look, no supply has been taken out. If you're curious about this supply, look, it hasn't been closed. It hasn't made the price close below this previous low. so this is a valid supply. So if I'm going to define a swing point in this run below, is this point. So where structure has been broken to the upside, here is structure is broken to the upside. Now here is where it gets interesting. So I'm going where is my swing high is defined. I'm going to look for a point where it has taken out valid demand. Valid demand, in my opinion, has three features. One, it has printed a higher high compared to the last high with body closure. I'm gonna explain it to you in a little bit. Let me do this. Guys, I'm new to the YouTube videos, so bear with me please. It is a pivot. It has at least one candle with touching that demand or supply. I'm gonna explain these three rules in a bit. So let's look at this chart, and I'm going to explain these rules on the price action. So after the price has broken the previous high to the upside, it has been rallying upside and it has printed some demands over here. So let's check this demand and see if these rules apply here. So I'm gonna mark this demand. This is my weekly demand. So this demand, let's see if it has these rules. It has printed a higher high compared. So let's check. You can autocorrect this compared to the last high. Let's see. Here we have a high and price has rallied up and it has closed above this high with a body. So we can check our first rule. It's a pivot. Let's see if it's a pivot. We can put it in a line mode and we can see it's a pivot. Guys, pivot is where price prints a valley or prints, let's say, what's this? A summit, if you will. So I'm looking for a dip or a hike in a price. So here the second rule applies. Third rule, it has at least one candle without touching that demand or supply. Let's see. Here we have our demand range here. I'm gonna talk about demand and supply in future videos. This is just about the structure, so I'm presuming that you have a sense of what a demand or supply zone is, what a demand or supply zone is. So here is my demand range, and it has two candles that is printed, and they're not touching this demand zone. So when price closes below this demand zone, my swing point is determined. So here's my swing high. So let's go. So let's see when our new swing low or swing high is determined. So price pulls back, our swing high is determined, and then rallies up and breaks this structure to the upside once more. So after this happens, the lowest point between the previous swing high and the point where it has broken structure to the upside is our new swing low. So where is the lowest point between this point and this point? It's our swing low. So again, rallies up. Let's determine there is no valid demand according to those rules over here. No valid demand. So price is trending up and it goes up. No valid demand is taken out until this point. Let's see. So here's our demand range. As I said before, I'm just explaining how these rule sets work, and I'm not explaining supply or demand concepts. So price closes below this valid demand zone. Let's see why it's valid demand zone. If it has printed higher high compared to the last high point, let's see. Yes, with the body closure, it has happened. It has closed above this previous high with the body of a candle. So the first one is checked. Is it a pivot? Yes, it has multiple pivots. See over here. It has at least one candle without touching that demand or supply. It has several candles not touching this demand or supply. So our swing high is determined. So here's our range. So if you're not familiar with these concepts, I have to explain a little bit. Let me put it down. So here's our range. When price is within this range, it's making a complex pullback, and because it's trending up, we expect the price to break this range to the upside. Sometimes it doesn't happen that way. It breaks to the downside, which I'll explain why it happens in later videos. So this is our trading range in weekly time frame, and we are expecting price to range within this high and low until it breaks it to the upside. So this is our range, and let me remove this for now. It's after some ranging inside this box, it breaks the swing to the upside. Now where is our new swing low? The lowest point between our previous swing high and the point it has broken structure to the upside, which is here. So this is our new swing low. We expect price not to break this swing low to the downside, which again I'm telling you I'll explain in later videos. Here I'm just explaining these rules. So let's see, when is our new swing high is determined, price is ranging up, pricing is trading up, and until here, let's see, this example is only, so far it's only been for breaking swing to the upside, but breaking swing to the downside is exact opposite with these rules where they also apply. So let's check out this demand area. So it's a demand range. It checks our first rule. It has printed a candle over the last pivot high, and it has a body closure, so it's checked. It's a pivot. Let's see. Yes, it's a pivot. It has at least one candle without touching that demand or supply zone. It has multiple candles not touching this demand zone. So closing below this demand zone means our new swing high is determined. So let's see. Again, price breaks this swing high to the upside. As you can see, price is trending up, and it's breaking every time it's breaking swing high to the upside on weekly time frame, which might not be case for the lower time frames, which we will discuss later in this video. So price has broken to the upside. Let's see if a valid demand zone has been taken out. Not so far. Let's see. There is no valid demand zone been taken out. So here is our trading range for now. Where is our swing low? It's here. So this is our trading range in weekly, and the swing high has not been determined yet. So what does it mean? It means price can rally up, and it has not started to pull back in a weekly time frame. So these were our rules for determining if the swing high or swing low is determined yet. So let me tidy up these a little bit, put in weekly folder, and I'm gonna be using this swing low of the weekly to determine swing low of daily and go from there. So let me put a daily swing marker here and close weekly. So let's go to the daily time frame again with the first step we took. This is our swing low. To determine the previous swing high, we're looking for a supply which after this supply has been made, there has no supply been taken out. So there is no supply has been taken out here. No supply, no supply. Price was rallying up, and here is our swing high. After forming this swing high and this high point here, no supply has been taken out. As when price was rallying up, several supplies has been taken out. So this is our range in daily time frame, and let's see if it has been broken to the upside or downside. It has been broken to the upside. So let's mark that up. So let's see. Guys, breakout structure only happens with the body of a candle. So here, if it shadows over this previous high, it doesn't count for breakout structure in my rule book. So it has just been broken to the upside with this candle, which has a body closure over previous high. So let's see where our swing high determines, and if it's determined yet. So we have a demand zone over here. Let's see if it's a valid demand zone. It's the daily demand. So let me determine the whole range over here. So let's see if our rules apply here. Let me get this text. Where is it? So it's here. Let me turn off weekly for now. So let's see if our rules apply here. Also made several copies. So it has printed a higher high compared to the last high. This was our last high. Let's see. This was our last high. This was our last high, and it's printed a candle above this print high, last high, and it has closed with a body. So we can check our first criteria. It's a pivot. Yes, it's a pivot. It has at least one candle without touching that demand or supply. It has 1, 2, 3 candles without touching this demand zone. So it's a valid supply. It's a valid demand. So if price closes below this valid demand, our swing high is determined, and it has been determined yet. So our daily range was here to here before breaking it to the upside, and it has broken to the upside. So this is our new daily range. And where is our swing low? Our swing low is new swing low is between lowest point between previous high and the point it has broken to the upside, which is here. So it's our daily range. Let's see if the swing high is determined yet. Here we have a demand. Actually, looks like we have a demand above here. Yes, it's a pivot. So let's check this if it has our criteria, if it meets our criteria. So first rule, it has printed a higher high compared to the last high. Yes, we had a high over here, this high, and it has printed a high above the last high. Is it a pivot? Yes, it's a pivot. If it has printed a candle which doesn't touch this range, no, every candle touches this range, so it's not a valid demand. So where is our valid demand been taken out to announce the new swing high? Let's see, let's check this one. It has printed a higher high. Yes. Is it a pivot? Yes. It has at least one candle. It has several candles not touching this candle, not touching this demand zone. So our swing high is determined. And where is our swing high? The highest point which has price has experienced. So this is our daily range, and daily range is, excuse me, this was an error. So this is our daily range. Let's put the text to the bottom. So this is our daily range, and price is in pullback phase. Why? Because the swing high is determined and price has started to pull back. Where we can expect this pullback to end? When it hits a weekly demand zone, which I'll explain in later videos. So this is our daily range in the daily time frame, and we are expecting price to range within this price range and finally break it to the upside. Why? Because the price is trending up in weekly time frame and in daily time frame. So let's use this to go and determine the market structure in 4-hour time frame. I'm using the swing low for 4-hour time frame, and we'll continue from there. 4-hour swing, and let's tidy up these as well. So this is our daily folder, and let's hide it and go to 4-hour time frame and continue from there. So again, I'm looking for a supply which has printed lower lows and no supply has been taken out after creation of this supply, this set supply. So here price was trending up and it was printing higher highs and higher lows, and no supply was taken out, and here it printed a higher high, demand taken out, and no supply was taken out after that. So here's my swing high. So let's go from here. Let's see where it's broken structure to the upside. Here it's broken and structure to the upside, and let's see where our swing high has been determined. After breaking to the upside, let's see if a valid demand has been taken out. So let's see if this is a valid demand. Let's determine for each demand for this one. So let's check our rule set once again. So let's see if it has printed a higher above the last high point. This was our last high point, and it has a body closure of this. So our first rule is checked. Second rule is it a pivot? Yes, it's a pivot. Third rule, is there at least one candle not touching this demand zone? Yes, there is. This one candle doesn't touch here. So this is a valid demand zone for me. And if price closes below this zone, it's a swing high for me. And it closes below this zone and swing high is determined. So here is my 4H range. Here's my 4H range. And I'm expecting price to move within this range and break it to the upside. Why? Because price is trending up in several higher time frames, weekly and daily, and 4H as well. Chances are our 15 structure is bearish. Let's go find out. So let's put these in 4H folder and let's hide it. Actually, let's bring them back. So we can use this to determine our 15-minute structure. This is the last structure we're going to determine in this video, and in later videos I'll talk about more demand, supply and demand, and in later videos I'm going to give you my signature setup for entering a trade, which will blow your mind, I'm sure. Let's go to the 15 minutes. This is gonna be a lot of work. So let's start. I'll try to be as fast as possible without any detail. So let's see. I'm looking for a supply which has printed a low and no supply has been taken out after. So this supply, let's go back. Let's see if this supply were valid. Yes. Let's see. This supply has printed a candle below the previous low and price has closed above this supply. So this is the last supply which has been created and no supply has been taken out since. So this is our swing high here. Let's go faster. I'll explain where necessary. So let's see. Where a valid demand has been taken out, so our swing high is determined. Here, let's see, this is a valid demand, so check it out for yourself if necessary. And here is our swing high. Let's see, it's broken to the upside. This is our swing low. Let's see where our swing high is determined. Here, because this is a valid demand, you can check it out for yourself. And again, swing high is broken to the upside, price is trending up. So let's see if this is a valid demand. Yes, because there is one candle not touching this demand. Here our swing high is determined. It's broken to the upside again. No swing low, and price has been trending up for quite some time. Let's see if it has closed below this. Yes, so our new swing high. Why this isn't a valid demand for me? Because it hasn't printed a candle which is not touching this demand, but this has. So price has broken to the upside again. Where is our swing low? Here, lowest point between our previous swing high and the point. It has broken to the upside. And here is our swing high again. Let's see if price has broken structure to the upside again, most probably. So this doesn't count, guys, because it hasn't been broken with the body of a candle. Here it's closed with the body of a candle, but this has a meaning which I'll explain in later videos. What does this mean when a price comes up with a shadow and sweeps the previous swing high? I'll explain these concepts a little bit later in later videos. What does sweep mean and other concepts. Guys, I've been trading supply and demand for 6 or 7 years now, and I've been using smart money concepts for 3 years as well, but I have a very specific rule set for myself, and I'm using what I like to call a order transfer concepts. It's the concepts that I use in this technique is not very new concepts, but I use them in a very unique way, which gives the exact places where the real orders enter the market, which I'll explain in later videos. So here our swing high is determined. Let's see, it has been determined sooner. Why? Because price has closed below this demand zone, which has printed one candle which doesn't touch it. So our swing high is determined over here, and price has broken to the upside, swing low, swing high. So guys, I have one extra rule to discuss it with you, and I'll discuss some other nuances as we go on in this tutorials that I'm providing you. If a price rallies like this, let's say if we had a swing like this, where we can say and swing, and the highest point price has printed was over here, when we can say the swing high is determined, because there is no candle and no pivots over here. When price pulls back at least 60% of this rallying high. Let's see, if price had pulled back to over here, for example, I'd say this our swing high was determined. I'll explain in more details later. So let's go over this. Price has broken to the downside, broken structure to the downside. I mean swing structure. There is a difference between internal structure and swing structure. So price has rallied down from here. Let's see where our swing low is determined. Let's see if price has closed above this supply. Yes. let's see if this supply meet our criteria, this supply range in 15 minutes. So let's see if it has closed below the previous low. Yes, previous low was here and it has closed with a body below this previous low. So our first criteria is met. How about the second criteria? Is it a pivot? Yes, it's a pivot. How about the third criteria? Does it have a candle not touching it? Yes, it has several candles not touching it. So when price comes and closes above this supply zone, our swing low is determined. So here is our swing, and surprise, breaks structure to the downside here with this candle. This candle has closed below it, so our swing low is the highest point between our last swing low and the point it has broken to the downside. So it's our swing high. This is a valid supply and price hasn't closed above this valid supply. So our downtrend continues to where this supply is taken out and our swing low is determined. So let's see if it breaks to the upside. Yes, it breaks to the upside. So where is our swing high is determined. Let's see if it is a valid zone. No, it's not a valid zone because it doesn't meet our third criteria, which it hasn't printed a candle not touching this zone. Let's see. This is our valid demand zone and price hasn't closed below it. So our swing high is not determined yet. Is this valid demand zone? No, because it hasn't made the price close above our previous high. So it's not a valid demand zone. So let's see where our swing high is determined. Not here, not here, not here, not here, up until now. Up until here, our swing high is not determined. Let's check out this zone. If it has a candle not touching it, yes, it has over here. Let's see. So our swing high might be determined over here. Let's see if it meets our criteria. Yes, it has printed a higher high. Yes, it's a pivot, and yes, it has two candles not touching this demand zone. So our swing high is determined over here and it has broken to the upside. Guys, I have a rule with this rule set, and it says that if price breaks to the upside or downside after it was down, if price breaks to the upside after it was downtrending, it's most likely to repeat again and break it another time to the upside and vice versa. Here's our swing low. See, here's our swing low and here's our swing high, and price has broken to the downside once. Let's see if it repeats itself. So let's see if it has taken out any valid supplies. Yes, this is a valid supply and price has closed above it. So here's our swing low. Here's our another breakup structure to the downside, and here's our swing low and price has broken to the upside. This was the point I was talking to you about it. When price break after a upside trend breaks down to the downside and it repeats itself before changing direction again. So let's see where our swing high is determined. Here, this is a valid demand and price has closed below it. So guys, if you have any questions about this rules or this method, please ask me in the comments and I'll answer every one of them. So here's our new swing high, and it has broken to the upside again. Here is, let's see if it's a swing high. Yes, this was the exception I was talking you about. Let's see. Here we have a giant and huge up round and there is no pivot over here. So how can we say that our swing high is determined? Because if we take this range over here, over 60% of it is corrected. This movement is corrected. So our swing high is determined and this is our swing high. Let's see if it breaks to the upside or downside. Of course it breaks to the upside because our high time frames are in uptrend. So it's our swing high, and let's see where our next swing high is determined over here. So I know this is taking long, but you get every example that you this video. So here it's broken to the downside. Let's make a copy of it. So let's see, guys, this is not a valid supply zone because it hasn't a candle which doesn't touch it. So this is not our swing low. Here's our swing low. Some valid supplies like this has been taken out, so this is our swing low. This was not our swing low. Let's see if price breaks to the downside. Yes, because it has changed direction, and I told you more than likely if a price change direction, it will repeat itself. It's our swing high and it's a huge down round. Let's see if this valid supply zone. Yes, it has printed lower low. It's a pivot and it has several candles not touching it, so closing above it means new swing low. Here's our swing low, and let's see, breaks the structure to the downside again. Let's see if it's going to take much longer, guys. So stop video over here. I hope this finds you well, and I'll try to be more fluent and more overall better in next videos. If you have any comments, any questions, I'll be happy to answer you, and I'll answer each and every one of them. Please subscribe for my exclusive setups, which I'll explain in later videos, and that's it.